Hello everybody. What you're looking at here is a workbench that I built. I got the idea from watching April Wilkerson's YouTube channel. She does a lot of woodworking projects on there, and this workbench is one of her projects that she did. I really liked the design of it, so I decided to build one of my own. I ended up buying a table saw, which is right here, and that's kind of what resulted in me building the workbench. I needed an outfeed table for the table saw, and I also wanted to get a bigger workbench just for working on projects and things like that. Table saw takes up a lot of room, so I kind of needed to find some kind of a setup which would allow me to leave it in one place and not have it be in the way. So it's amazing how buying one tool makes you redesign your whole workshop just to get it to work. But I think this is going to work out really well. So this workbench is a 4x8 top. It's a full sheet of plywood. The plywood's made out of 3/4 inch. The only exception is the drawers. Those are made out of 1/2 inch plywood. This is a pretty solid workbench. It took about 3 sheets, I think, total of the 3/4 inch to make this, and then 1 sheet of the 1/2 inch to build all the drawers. And there's 8 drawers total, 4 on each side. And there's nothing too special about the drawers. They're not on sliders or anything. They're just made out of wood, and they just slide out. And I can pull them right out completely if I want, and lift them up and put them anywhere I want. And the rails for them are just wood. And in the back there's stoppers so they don't run into the other drawers. And I can just put these back on and slide it right in. They can hold a good amount of weight, but I wouldn't overload them. But it's just for some extra storage of just some miscellaneous things or whatever you want to use. Here I have 2 cubby holes on each side that are really big. It's to put some taller items, some jacks, and those are my sawhorses there that can fold up. And on this side I have a stool in there and a leaf blower along with my cutting grinder, and it just allows me to put some big items inside there. And then over here I've got some shelves. The 2 top shelves actually will slide out, so you don't have to bend over and reach in there and grab the tools. So I can slide those drawers right out, and you can grab whatever tool you want to use. Grab whatever you need. And the front piece here has a little bit of a lip on it, so when you close it in, it stops right there and won't go too far. So I've got 2 of those shelves that slide out, 2 on each side. And then I got these holes down on the bottom for some extra storage, skill saw, jigsaw, sawzall, things like that. You know, just tools you want to get easy access to whenever you're doing things. I'm still kind of figuring out where everything's going to go, but for the most part, this kind of gets things out of the way. There's some extra pieces there for the table saw and a couple other things there, and there's actually some free space there that I need to put something. On each of the 4 corners, there's some wheels. And these wheels, it's sitting on the ground right now, but if I push this down here and step on it, it lifts it up just enough to be able to move it around, which is good because this thing's pretty heavy. For the most part, that's going to stay stationary. But if I ever do need to move it, if I ever need to sweep underneath it, or just for whatever reason need to move it, I can. And that'll definitely make that a lot easier to do. So I think this workbench is going to work out pretty nice. It's going to work great with a table saw. It's going to work good for all kinds of other things. I've got a pegboard behind it with a bunch of tools on it. So it should be a nice little setup. I'm looking forward to using it on a few more projects. Building this workbench was a nice way to break in this table saw, so it's pretty fun to do. I'm looking forward to the next things, which I've already got a few ideas. So maybe I'll be posting a few more videos on what's next. But hope you like the workbench. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Thank you. Bye.